Now, Lauren is one of our dive masters at the Florida Aquarium. Now, this guy behind Lauren, that is Cleveland, and Cleveland is going to be acting as Lauren's safety diver. Now, if you are a swimmer, a snorkeler, or a scuba diver for that matter, you never, ever want to do that by yourself. So Cleveland's going to be her buddy in the water, and you may also see that Cleveland is holding a pole with yellow tape wrapped around it. That pole is going to be used as kind of a traffic control device to help guide the animals away from both me and Lauren. So again, the animals can see that yellow color. It's very easy for them to see. So again, Cleveland's going to use that pole as a traffic control device. Alright, so Lauren, how's it going?
Well, you know, to be honest, Ray, I'm still a little nervous. Are you sure it's safe for us?
It is very safe for you to be inside that exhibit. Yes, you are currently surrounded by a lot of, many predators. But again, why don't we talk about some of the predators surrounding around it and tell these folks more about it?
Alright, well, let's start with these really large sharks swimming around us, because I can't seem to miss these guys.
Absolutely, Lauren. Now, folks, we do in fact have 3 individual species of sharks inside this water. The more notable ones, the more larger ones, like these 3 at the top, those are called sand tiger sharks. And these sharks find pretty much every warm ocean around the world, notably the Atlantic and the Indian Oceans. And you know, Lauren, those sharks get about 10 feet long and can weigh over 600 pounds. Even at that size, though, they're not a threat to you or Cleveland.
Alright, wow, that's a pretty big shark. What I noticed about them, Ray, though, is they have some really sharp-looking teeth.
They do have a lot of sharp teeth inside their mouth, and they have about 5 to 15 rows of teeth, Lauren, to be honest with you. Now, folks, just because they have teeth inside their mouth doesn't mean they're going to be aggressive towards anyone inside this building. Basically, Lauren, there are over 7 billion people on this planet, and on average, only 1 human fatality per year over a long span of time from a shark. Which means that you, Cleveland, myself, and all these folks in the audience have a higher chance of winning something called the Powerball than being attacked by a shark. So we're good to go.
Well, that's great to know. I'll have to go buy a ticket. So we shouldn't fear other types of sharks then either, right? Like the sandbar shark, or I saw a couple surf sharks playing around.
Absolutely. Now, how many of you guys, by raising hands in the audience, how many of you have heard of the movie or seen the movie Jaws before? Alright, so a good number of you. Movies and media such as Jaws and sharks have an extremely bad name. But again, as they're depicted in the movies and media, it's not how they are in real life. These guys are very important to our oceans. They feed a lot of sick and injured fish, and they also keep our oceans healthy. So again, Lauren, they are really good to go.
Alright, so we shouldn't fear sharks out.
Never.
Alright, well, I was swimming over Ray. There's this really cool green moray eel. It's kind of in between the coral here. If you look closely, you'll notice he's opening and closing his mouth like this. Is he trying to bite me?
Absolutely not. Now, folks, the animal she's talking about is this green animal kind of sticking right out of this hole or this rock mount. You probably can see it from your point of view. That is, of course, known as a green moray eel. There's a picture of one on the screens above you. And basically, Lauren just pointed out when she swam by that animal, she saw it opening and closing its mouth. Now, people oftentimes think they're trying to bite Lauren, but that's not true. What they're doing is breathing underwater. They are fish, they do have gills, so in order for them to breathe underwater, they have to open and close their mouth. But again, no, it's not trying to bite you.
Okay, so he's breathing. That's not scary at all. I've heard of an electric eel, though. Could he shock me?
Absolutely not. Now, how many of you guys are raising hands have heard of the animal, the electric eel before? Alright, so a good number of you. There is a fish in South America known as the electric eel, but that eel lives closer in fresh water than salt water, like our green moray eels do. And to be honest with you, Lauren, they're really more so to catfish than eels themselves, so no, they can't electrically shock you.
Very cool, I didn't know that. Alright, let's get it up. What about the barracudas, the long, slender, silver guys? Now, a lot of times people think they look mean or aggressive.
Absolutely. Barracuda happens to be one of my favorite fish in the entire ocean, and that is that big, long, torpedo-shaped fish swimming right under Lauren right now. We do have 2 of those in here. This fish here is, of course, known as the Great Barracuda. Now, that fish has been given a very bad reputation only because of what it eats in the wild. It feeds on very small, shiny fish, such as big fish. Now, if you look at Lauren and Cleveland, they have a lot of shiny things all over their wetsuits. They have carabiners on, they have lodges on. All those shiny things like bait fish with barracuda. When it comes up to you in the ocean, if you're wearing a watch, it's not trying to become aggressive, it's trying to figure out if you're food or not. When it knows you're not food, it will go the other way and leave you alone. But again, Lauren, that fish is not aggressive at all.
Alright, well that makes sense. I'm much too big to be considered a bait fish.
Well, we all are, but I do want to point out they get about 6 feet long and weigh over 100 pounds. Even at that size, they're not a threat to you at all. You're good.
Wow, that's a real
Absolutely. Folks, if you look right up here, those three, actually four, very large silverfish swimming above Cleveland and Lauren, those are, of course, known as the Atlantic ptarmigan. Now, if you are a fisherman, if you know someone who's a fisherman, you may be more familiar with this species of fish. Now, Lauren, those fish are pretty cool because they have extremely small teeth inside their mouth, so it's all they can hold. They don't chew their food. What's not small about them are their scales. Can you guess how big one scale on a shark can actually get by the time they're full grown? Well, the size of a small cell by the time they're full. Absolutely, it's a pretty cool adaptation.
All right, now how about my favorite, the grouper? I saw, there's the NASA grouper over there. We also have a red grouper, black grouper.
Absolutely, Lauren. That fish right there that Lauren just mentioned out is, of course, known as the Nassau grouper. We do have four of those species of fish inside this pond. We also have the black, the red, and the Goliath grouper, which is the largest species, laying right over here behind me. Now, grouper are pretty cool because they're able to blend into those surroundings like camouflage, and they can swallow food at high speeds like a vacuum cleaner, which is a pretty cool adaptation for one large fish. Nice.
Very cool. All right, well, you know what, Brandon? I actually just realized we were talking about the millions of tiny predators surrounding us.
You're surrounded by millions of tiny or other tiny predators. Okay, put out some of the little tiny predators on this one.
They're all crabs. What I'm talking about is this coral. The coral actually is a live animal, and it's very close related to the jellyfish.
Oh, look at that.
Just like jellyfish, they have to catch fish, not the predators like the water column. The predators.
All right, cool deal. The people oftentimes think they're a plant or a rock, but they are in fact an animal, which makes them a predator. All right. Now, Lauren, you see the different sizes, colors, and shapes. Do these guys belong to the different sets we're having here?
Yeah, well, we have